Hey guys, this is Josh.
This is Tony.
We're on our way to Chefs of Napoli.
Yep, it's up in Spring Hill, Florida.
Spring Hill, it's an Italian restaurant. We're going to try it out for the first time. We have John with us in the back trying to hide.
All right, guys. We're on our way up to the restaurant up in Spring Hill. It's about a 20-minute drive from where we live. And I'm going to go ahead and take some periodic video as we're driving up there.
Tony, give your first impression.
Where do you begin? Let's give you a first impression of the place.
Beautiful.
Just a quick check-in, guys. I got the veal piccata. I got the veal piccata. Josh got the chicken parmesan, and John got the fettuccine alfredo. We're still here at the restaurant. They just gave us complimentary desserts. Everything has been, oh my God, good at this place. It's phenomenal. Spring Hill really does have a jewel of a restaurant here.
Hello guys, we just left the restaurant. How was your guys' experience? Just looking at the outside, what would you think?
The outside was in a strip mall. It was just like any other restaurant, but once you walked in, the atmosphere and the ambiance of the restaurant was, I thought, phenomenal. And it was a great experience, I thought.
What do you think, John?
Yeah, I think the ambiance is definitely pretty on point.
We talked to the waiter. His name was Justin, correct?
Yeah, Justin.
He was giving us some backstory about the restaurant. It's been there for years, but apparently recently it was bought by Miss Ginny.
Yep.
And she's owned the restaurant for a couple months, 2-3 months, about when the COVID started. I believe they said the chef was fresh from Naples.
Yeah, he's from Naples.
Yeah, he just came from there about 2 weeks ago. He said.
Yeah.
About that, and you can definitely tell. You can definitely tell that it's not like your regular Italian restaurant around in these parts, like Carrabba's or Olive Garden or something like that. In my opinion, you can definitely. It's way more towards authentic.
Yeah.
You can definitely taste the difference. When we walked into there, they have a it almost looks like a to-go pizza area. Like you can see the kitchen. There's a front desk. And then there's a small little hallway you go through to the main seating area. And then there's past that, there's an extended outdoor seating area because of the COVID and social distancing. What did you guys think of the seating area we were in? The decor, ambiance, everything?
It was top notch. It really was.
It looked like where you were sitting kind of reminded me of sitting in Italy.
Yeah, the decor, we have a couple pictures of in there, but not much. Like we couldn't do video. But it definitely looks like a little piece of Italy was taken and put in there just by the wallpaper they had and some of the decorations, the paintings, just a little detail they had made a big difference. And the music, it wasn't, usually music is really loud in establishments like that, but it wasn't. It was kind of soft, but you would still be able to hear it. It was Italian music.
Like background music. Like
yeah, they have a very long wine list if you guys like wine, very extensive. We had our meal today. We had 2 appetizers. Yeah. We asked them what they recommended, and they told us a few things on the menu. And then we asked them what their specials for the day was. And we tried the shrimp
wrapped in prosciutto.
And when I tell you,
oh my God,
we would have licked the plate. It was very good.
Oh my God, it was so good.
You wouldn't think prosciutto and shrimp, cooked prosciutto, would go together. It does very well.
The sauce.
Yeah, the sauce
was.
Oh my God. So originally they brought us out bread and like an olive oil with garlic and red peppers, and
just like other places do. But
just like
this was a step above.
It was definitely a step above. It was fresh baked bread in their store, which is very
Hot. It was hot.
It was hot. It was soft.
Oh
it was
my God.
fresh. Normally, you could tell if it's like store bought or frozen or like brought in from somewhere else. You could tell that it just came out of the oven here. It was very good, and they should have. The reason we're saying that is they should have brought us the other sauce first instead of the olive oil to dip with the bread. It was that good. We also had their version of what are they? Mozzarella sticks, which I'll let John take that since that's his favorite.
They were really good. I mean, they were mozzarella sticks, but the breading was actually really good. And then the pasta sauce was like a marinara, which was actually really good. Stood up pretty well.
Yeah, it was very good. And then we had our normal. It came with soup or salad, and we all decided to get the lentil soup, which
it was fantastic.
I like my lentil soup. I like it. I like lentils thin like a soup, and that's what they had, and it was delicious. Tony and John like it thick, and even Tony liked it.
I thought it was great. It was fantastic. It really was. The food there is just amazing.
Yes. Then we had our individual entrees, and through the whole time, the server, Justin was his name, he was extremely attentive. We never had to ask him for a drink or even like kind of like play the game where you put your drink at the end of the table and hope to God they see it, you know. He was on it. He was on the ball. And he was very nice. Our main entree dish took a while to come in. He told us the to-go orders were very high that time, and nowadays they are with the COVID.
Yeah, we were there about an hour.
We were sitting for about an hour and what, 15 maybe?
A
little over an hour just for the entree, but he did come to us multiple times, make sure we were okay, apologize, see if we wanted anything else while we were sitting there waiting, and it was very good. Even with the wait, the service was top notch. John, you want to start off with your dish?
I mean, I had the fettuccine alfredo. The fettuccine was rich, but it wasn't too rich. It was actually really good. Josh has just actually had a taste of the fettuccine, so he definitely could explain that a little bit better. But it was definitely the pasta. The pasta was really good.
It was homemade pasta.
Yeah, it was homemade pasta. I didn't have a whole lot because I was full from the appetizers.
Yeah, you took it home.
So I took mine home, but I did have a few bites. So it was actually really good.
Tony?
I had the veal piccata, and it was fantastic. It was one of the best veal piccatas I've ever had. It's I can't say enough about this restaurant. This restaurant is really a fantastic Italian restaurant here in Spring Hill.
I had a bite of Tony's dish. We kind of all shared. The veal was cooked. It was moist. It was cooked, I would say, perfectly. It wasn't overdone where it's really chewy for like the gamey meat like that. And the capers, it kind of like balanced it out perfectly because you had the sauce from the veal piccata, and the capers were salty, and it balanced it out really well.
Lemon.
And the lemon too, yeah. Chicken parmesan, and it came with pasta. And their take on it, they had regular chicken parmesan, which that's what I was going to order. But I asked him, what would he recommend, Justin, and he recommended the stuffed. They call it stuffed, but it's really just two different pieces of chicken. In the middle, there's ricotta and mozzarella cheese. And their take on it, besides being the stuffed, is half the plate is with traditional, like their marinara sauce they make there, and then the other half is their homemade alfredo. And I will say, I had both. John hasn't tried it yet. He has a piece in his to-go box. Tony tried it. And do you want to say it in your words, or do you want me to say it in your words?
It's OMG good. It was phenomenal. Next level.
Yes. It was very, very good. It was very juicy, but very crisp on the outside, and it held its form like when you put on the fork. But the second you put it in your mouth, it fell apart. It was great.
Unbelievable. God, it was unbelievable.
And normally you wouldn't think like Alfredo sauce and marinara sauce would mix well together, but it did. Usually tomato sauce is very acidic. You don't get that because the Alfredo itself is very, very flavorful. You can taste, the cheese. You can taste it's creamy, and it just balanced it out perfectly when it was mixed together. And the pasta was cooked perfectly. I had zero complaints the whole time with the meal, at least. any of the meals really. Then we had
The whole experience to
Yep.
me.
then we had
Complimentary.
complimentary dessert for waiting for so long. I had limoncello. John had a strawberry. Their take on like a strawberry cheesecake. It was cake.
Yours was a limoncello cake.
Limoncello cake. And then Tony had their cannoli. You want to talk on that? Because you had that.
Oh my God, that was one of the. I would put that in the top 3 cannolis I've ever had in my life. And I've had a lot of cannolis. I'm Italian, and my family makes homemade cannolis. And I tell you what, that cannoli was fantastic. It was, like I said, in the top 3 cannolis I've ever had in my life.
You should have seen his face when they said cannoli on that list. It lit up.
I love cannolis.
John, you want to talk about yours?
I really like the strawberry cake. It was actually a special. It was handmade by Miss Jeannie. It was really good. It was like your regular strawberry cake, but the in between each layer of cake was like a cheesecake frosting, and then it was topped with a thick layer of cheesecake frosting. So you definitely got that strawberry cheesecake vibe with it. The strawberry cake itself was really good. For me, I'm not a huge fan of cheesecake. The cheesecake was really, really good. For me, it was a little too overpowering, but the cake definitely really made it. The strawberry cake definitely made that dish, I think.
Mine was, it had lemon in it. Lemon can be very easily overpowered. Like, it can overpower other things in a dish, and it didn't. Usually it would be sour, like John said in the car earlier. That dish can come out sour a little bit, and it didn't. It was perfectly moist. The cheesecake frosting was a good addition to it, and the lemon wasn't sour or bitter or anything like that. It was very, very good. What would you guys give your meals overall? My meal overall, I would rate a 5 out of 5. I know last time I gave my dish a 4.5 out of 5, but we've been getting it right on the spot so far, and that dish was a 5 out of 5. Tony?
5.
You would rate your dish 5 out of 5 to veal?
One of the best veal piccatas I've ever had.
Me and Tony like veal. John doesn't like veal. And it's very hard to find a restaurant that does veal correctly, at least for what you expect. And that they definitely hit it right on the spot. John?
For the bites I had, I definitely rated it 4.5 out of 5. 4.5 out of 5. It was really, the fettuccine was really good.
The Alfredo sauces.
Yeah, the Alfredo sauce
Really
was
good.
great.
What would you guys rate the desserts? I would rate
5.
yours a 5, the cannoli. I would rate mine like a 3.5.
I'd say about a 4.
4, yeah. What would you guys rate Justin, our server? What would you rate it?
Oh, 6.
Yeah, 5.
5. I would rate him 5 out of 5. He, not just him, but their whole staff that was working this night, they all worked together. You could tell. Like, if one person had there was a big group somewhat. There was 6-7 people sitting at a table, and Justin went and helped the server there, and then that server helped at our table. They were very nice.
They're very attentive.
Very attentive. Like we said before, our big thing is waiting for drinks and stuff like that. We never waited for a drink. There was no lapse in service. It was excellent service. Now, guys, the big question: what would you rate the overall experience with the being there, having the service and the food and the atmosphere? What would you rate it?
5.
5.
5.
And I would rate it a 5 as well. Now, what would you rate the price point? This is the thing that our viewers are going to want to know, is for the price. Even if it's rated a 5, usually that's going to be a lot of money. What would you rate the price point?
The price. Well, we had appetizers and entrees.
Yeah, no, we did have 2 appetizers. All of us had a soda, drink, and an entree.
You guys also, you remember, our desserts were complimentary, so
Yeah.
Yes.
we definitely added probably another $15-20.
Yes.
The price was what, $90 something dollars.
Like
Our
for
price was $90 something for 3
That's what,
people.
2 appetizers,
But that like
3 drinks.
yep.
Again, yes, appetizers, 3 drinks, the
For me, I'd
entrees.
say the price point was like about a 4.5. It was definitely about like roughly 30 a person.
Yeah, I would say it's a 4 out of 5.
I would say it's per person probably a 4 as well. There was $97 is a little expensive for 3 people, but like in most things, if you want quality,
I would have paid 3 times that amount for that experience
Yeah.
that we just had, though.
if you go to other places, you pay for what you get in life with anything, and that was an excellent experience. Something you have to go. The place is called Chefs of Napoli.
Chefs of Napoli.
Of Napoli, and it is excellent. I would highly recommend going there.
Great
to try
service, great food, great ambiance.
It was amazing.
It was really good.
Spring Hill has a great place.
Yes, they have a hidden gem up there, and that is something you don't see very often. Anything else you guys want to add?
No, I'm good.
All right, guys, that's been our adventure today. Have a
Bye.
good one. See you next time.
Bye.